Welcome to the Waldock Way. I'm Jessica, and today's video is going to be our office tour. So the side you're looking at right now is my side, and then we have a shared desk area that me, my husband, and Emily all share. And then this side is mainly my husband's side, with Emily sharing some of it as well, and it is mostly art storage. For the most part, everything that you see came from IKEA. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments and I will answer them for you. Along the top row, I have things that I don't need to get to on a regular basis. So starting over here in this corner, this is either curriculum that we've used in the past or things we'll be using in the near future, but not currently. This is some alphabet manipulatives and our thinking mats. Our Hooked on Phonics that I'm just not ready to let go of yet. Tempera paint, because that's a medium that we don't use very often. Sensory bin fillers. Those are all of my wipe clean cards and my mini erasers. Science and experiment books that we'll get to, and activity books that we'll get to with certain units. Mom books that I like to read, like at the beginning of every school year. That cubby is all my office stuff. You can see my business cards and my HP Instant Ink stays there. And then these cubbies, along with the boxes underneath, are different subjects. So I'll go ahead and get closer so you can see that now. So this cubby is all of our math. You saw most of this in my curriculum video. If you haven't seen that, I will link that up here for you guys. And then in the bucket underneath, it houses all of my math manipulatives. So we have a place value flip chart. We have our Montessori wood number board, a hundreds board. We have clocks. We have different printables, like some of our Moffat Girl Centers, like the little math puzzles from Target. Basically, any kinds of hands-on math thing is in this. It's a donut from IKEA. This is our language arts cubby. So I have most of the things that you saw in my curriculum videos. That's Brave Writer, Grammar Galaxy, Explode the Code, Evan Moore. Most of these are Mad Libs. And then same thing in here. This is all of my language arts manipulatives. So we have rhyming and homograph puzzles. We have our Lego story or build a story from Teach Outside the Box. Word building flip book. Just different printables. Again, anything that's hands-on for language arts. This is mostly geography because we haven't gotten into history a whole lot, and most of the things we're using for history this year are down below where I'm keeping our current stuff. So we have a lot of geography things here. And then the only thing that I really have in the geography box is this like mat activity kit from Oriental Trading. Mainly because we have continent boxes downstairs in our homeschool and playroom, and that's where the majority of her geography stuff is housed. This is all of our science stuff, as well as our subscription letters. I only made a book of our Charm Post, so that's all of our other letters besides Charm Post. We have all of our Sassafras, Evan Moore, and some science sticker books, and these are also some of the science books from Target over here, like the ones from the Dollar Spot. Animals in space and science activities. And then in here, I keep some of our smaller science kits. So we have all of the Magic School Bus ones. Then I also keep things like this, the mix and match puzzles from the Target Dollar Spot, and things like this, the Dollar Tree spinners that are science related. This is kind of, for lack of a better word, my elective. We have wipe clean books from Usborne. That's some art and music. Most of this is nature, and then a little bit of health right here. And then because most of my nature is here, the box underneath houses all of my nature stuff. So for instance, this is the Frog Safari LTD life cycle tube and the cards that go with it. All of the flowers and the flower cards that go with it. And then each one of these poly envelopes has a different nature theme. So like if you can see in there, that's all of our herbs. So that would be printables from Chicky and Rue and Growing Brave. I also have some Tanglewood Hollow and Twig and Moth, and I put them by, you know, subject in these, so I can just pull an envelope out when we're studying something. These are all of our activity books, mostly sticker books, maze, dot to dot, fingerprint activities. This is pretty much strewing and car schooling. I mean, if we do a unit study, I'll pull them too, but for the most part, this is what I use for car schooling and strewing. And then in the bin down below here, we have some arts and crafts. So some of these are just some simple Dollar Tree arts and crafts. We also have like our lacing cards in here for practicing sewing. You can see back there at back to school time, I buy a bunch of those art notebooks that have the clear plastic front. They come from Walmart. So I have like 4 back there for this coming school year. And then this cubby houses our mindfulness and our Bible. And then in this little draw-in-a-box down below, this houses some of our movement stuff. So I have all of these Let's Get Moving from Target, and I have the Get Fit cards from the Dollar Tree, and then I also have the Calming Kit I just bought last night from Target as well. Now, like I said, this is a business cube that has just like my business cards in it. And then this box houses, let me see if I can just take it out. This box houses all of our STEM stuff. So this is our STEM all year, and each month is separated by a divider. This is our Bot Basic STEM. So each month again is separated by a divider because it has like a maze for each month. I also have small little kits like this that I can strew for her. And then her Sphero is normally in here, but she's playing with that right now. So normally any of her robots are in here with it. Okay, if you watched my looping video, which if not, I will link that up here for you. That is what you're seeing right here. So that is loop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the caddy that we'll be using. That is kind of our looping area for the year. My printer, and when I get up closer, I will explain how we left that piece out to make room for it. This is just odds and ends that we're going to be using frequently this year. That is just like office supply, plain office supplies. You know, your tape, your scissors, your push pins, rubber bands. Emily's laptop is housed there. Mine is housed in the next one back. These 2 cubbies are all of the things that we'll be using for Waldock Wizards and Wands this year. These 2 cubbies have the paper trays from IKEA in them with all kinds of different paper. These 2 right now are work. This one are products that I either you know, want to do a video for you guys, or want to do a post, or, you know, things I would like to feature. This one is giveaways for the Not Back to School giveaway in August. And then this one houses some of our crafts for, we do thank you cards and birthday cards. And so it has stickers and cards and washi tape in it. That one down there houses all of our trays that we use. So the little wooden trays and her little art trays. And right now it also has her back to school sign. This is my backup morning basket, so I keep one in the office so that I can like prep the next month as I'm going through and finding things that I think she would like. This is my unit study cabinet. You can see right now that we are getting ready for Shark Week. By the time you've seen this, Shark Week will be over, but I am preparing for it. That is all science experiment boxes, and then these 3 down here are all subscription box cubbies. So you have either probably seen videos on these or will be seeing videos on these soon. So I'm just going to take a brief minute to show you these 2 because you probably, like I said, just saw them in the looping video. So you can see that that is Life of Fred because it's something we use all the time. Loop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that is our Moon Kids Club books that we pull every month. Our caddy that we put our loops in every day. And then right here is my printer. I will get close in just a second and show you. But what we did, you need to know where you want it as you're building the calyx unit, because that you're going to need to know what shelf to leave out. So all we did when we were building it is we left one of the vertical dividing shelves out to make this cubby twice as wide. And we cut the pegs. If you've ever built a calyx, you put the peg through, and it goes from that shelf through this shelf to the other one. And so we cut the peg in half, and then we gently hammered it in so that it would be flush. So you can see that peg is flush to the shelf. It's not sticking out at all. So that's how we did that. So all 4 of the pegs are cut like that, and that way it would hold the shelf below and the shelf above right here sturdy, but allow me enough room to put my printer here because it wouldn't have been large enough otherwise. And my paper feeds from down here, luckily, so I don't need to do anything. And I have an automatic feeding tray here, but even if I didn't, it still opens wide enough for me or tall enough for me to be able to get paper in and out. So it still has all of its features sitting in that cubby. All right, so like I said right here, this is just some extra things that we'll probably be using this year. This is what your first grader needs to know and what your second grader needs to know. These are grade 1, which she's got 1 left, and grade 2. Skill sharpener, critical thinking, because she loves those. This is all of the paper from curriculums that we have tore out and will be using at some point. So like this is Grammar Galaxy that I'm binding in units for her. This is my planner I will be using. And then we have some of the morning starters and the testing from Dollar Tree. Let's see, those are a few maps. Those are the multiplication and division printables that I don't have in yet because we're not there yet. And then those are just blank math journals and clipboards. And then, like I said, these are just office supply. So we have like stickers, and these have like push pins and things in them. You know, just the normal office stuff. And then her laptop, and then right now it's just my mouse pad, but my laptop sits there as well. These 2 cubbies house all of the Waldock Wizard and Wand things that we'll be using this year that we're not using at the moment. So you can see like each of these is a lab book that we'll rotate through, our craft book, our cookbook. So it's not that we're not using it, we're just not using it like every day. Those were where I was telling you our paper trays. Those are, I believe, called the cubbies. They're from IKEA, and they only really hold 8.5 by 11. I tried a bigger piece of paper and it really does not work very well. Okay, I'm not going to show you these 2 too closely, but like I said, this is things that I am working on posts or videos or blogs for you guys. These are things that will be giveaways in the Not August Back to Giveaway or upcoming things soon. This you can see is our washi tape, stickers, and thank you cards with extra thank you cards in the back, or extra cards, period. There's all of our trays. There are 2 cubbies beyond my rolling cart back here. Let's see if I can move this to show you. And those are Emily's junk cubbies. So absolutely anything that she wants can be housed in those 2 cubbies back there, and I don't say anything, so she can do anything she wants with them. And then again, down here, these bottom 3 cubbies are all subscription boxes. So you have probably either seen an unboxing or will be seeing an unboxing of them soon. So I'm not going to show you too much of those. Just know that those are all subscription boxes. This cubby over here is all of our science kits, like the box science kits. So we have like the magic and wacky weather and forensic science and fizzy foam and mind blowing and unicorn slime. And then that's my unit study cube. So right now we paused our survival school, which is in here as well, to do a week of Shark Week. But we have survival and shark kind of going at the same time right now. And then this is a backup morning basket. So I actually have 2 morning baskets. One I leave in my office so that I can kind of prep the month as we go. Right now what's in here is our meaningful menus and our July morning menu, because we're not using it obviously right now. And so as I find a book or a resource that I want to put in morning basket for the following month, once I know what I'm going to do, which sometimes is not until halfway through the month, I just stick it in there, and that way it's kind of building as the month is going, and it makes it a little bit easier for me. And then my rolling cart is more like a prep cart. So on the bottom, you can see I have my Pro Click and my spines, scissors, markers and highlighters, pens and pencils, my laminator, my cutter, or whatever you call that, my laminating sheets, and then this is all things that need to be laminated. So that's kind of my to laminate pile. So it makes it very easy. I can just pull this cart out and start working. So this is our shared desk area. My husband and I both have a rolling cart right now. His really doesn't have anything in it. These are adjustable height bar stools. This is, I believe, a Linema countertop. It's the longest one they make. And then these legs are the only adjustable height legs that they have for it. So our desktop right there is actually the height of a kitchen counter. It was the same height as our island because we were both using our island or bar area for, you know, prepping homeschool stuff and for his artwork. So we decided we would actually probably use our desktop if it was at the same height. So that is why we did that. There's a cork board and a dry erase board on the sides of the window. The only thing that did not come from IKEA is this desktop easel. It has like 5 or 6 different settings for the different height, and it's very large. This is actually the size of a poster board, so you can see how large it is. And it came from Hobby Lobby. On my husband and Emily's art side, those are both currently empty. That is mostly paintbrushes. That's knickknacks. That's all his office supply and cords. Art trays. Those have like art manuals and books on them. That is empty, but that's for art on the go. Our modem sits in that back cubby, and then right now that cubby is empty. And I'll go ahead and show you in the cabinets and the cart. The top cabinet here, he just has a roll of paper towels and some works in progress. This, he has, these are like Optivisors that are like, I don't know, 50 times magnifying. They're crazy, but in case he's working on something very small. His laptop, his X Pen pad for him to draw on, and his X Pen, a lap board thing, acrylic paints, and glitter. And that's all airbrush stuff. You can tell that this is not my thing. And then these are all specialty pens. So Rapidograph pens, Indian ink, any of his specialty pens are in there. And then those are all empty boxes for now that he can use if he wants them. Then he has a command hook with all of his different rulers, yardsticks, meter sticks, whatever you want to call them, hanging up on the inside of the door. All right, this is the inside of the other cabinet. So that is all vinyl for the silhouette. We have a cameo. Anything that was a chemical is up there on the top. His straight edge, that is all different kinds of paint. These are all paint, like bowls and cups that can be used, basically things that have already had paint in them. That's more paintbrushes down there. And then down here is all like canvases and specialty papers, and then anything that was very large is over here on the side. And then this rolling cart is kind of shared, and you'll see that as we go on, but Emily has access to any of this other than the chemicals, which is why they're on the very top shelf. So the very top drawer is all permanent markers of different, so like the pens, regular size black, colorful, very large, all different kinds of pencils. We have the small pencils and large pencils, and then the specialty erasers and watercolor pencils and metallic pencils, regular color pencils. This is pretty much all different kinds of art tape and hot glue gun, so all adhesives, rulers, triangles, straight edges, compasses are in there as well. All different kinds of paint palettes, like a ton of paint palettes. This is Emily's catch-all drawer, so she has some of her own rulers, a small stapler, a compass, a notepad. This is for like watercolors if she wants to make her own or use liquid watercolors. A craft drawer for her. All of her different construction paper. And then that is all foam paper. I wasn't planning on showing you guys the closet because it is not nearly as clean, although it is a ton better than it was. But I know I'm going to get questions about where like we keep everything else, and so here it is. The office is a 3rd bedroom in our house, and so this is just the closet within that bedroom. That is wrapping paper and photography paper. The top 2 shelves is storage, so that's like a rock collection, extra frames, photo albums, some craft stuff, large, like really large pads of paper, a writing board or a drawing board, and some shelves that we haven't hung up yet. That's pretty much that. All of my holiday books, minus our Christmas, because that is put away with Christmas. Our holiday games, again, minus Christmas. Resurrection eggs, and our historical documents. That bin back there, while it's not trays, because my trays are in the office, it is all of the extra scoops and spoons and buckets and bowls and you know, all of the things that we use for sorting kinds of stuff. Extra baskets and bins on top. So those 3 right there are organizer logic. These are homeschool sorting, or things that we are not going to get to yet, or things that I hide from her. So like she doesn't know that we're probably going to be doing a spy or a detective thing. That's actually my plan for probably next summer. I'm working on that right now. And then all of our sorting boxes from Oriental Trading, there's like 4 sets in there. And so those come out whenever we're doing a unit. So I hide them, for lack of a better word. Mr. Bones chills in my closet. He comes out at Halloween and when we study the human body. This is a box that needs to go out to our storage shed. So for instance, this got left on our door at 4th of July. So we put it in here and then we sort it into the storage shed kind of like once a month or once every few months. A candle making kit, personal documents, you know, the normal stuff you have to have. Extra binders with dividers and page protectors if we need them. The extra books from Target, all of our blank books, composition notebooks, folders, the magazine file holders from IKEA. And then up here we have our like old-fashioned manual pencil sharpener. And then these are art easels, our book stand. And then this is what we're going to try to use for housing her papers this year. So each one of these just slides right out, but that's going to be language arts, math, and then everything else. So this way, hopefully at the end of this year, it will all already be sorted and it'll be one less thing for me to do. Here's one last overview of the entire office, just in case you wanted to see kind of how it all lays out in one room. I hope you enjoyed the office tour. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.